The black community appears to be like a crazy girlfriend, an ex-girlfriend that was mistreated and got dumped but doesn't want to let go. Let me explain. The blacks used to be slaves. Slavery was the mistreatment, and the slave owner would be the boyfriend. Now slavery is done and over with. We constantly bring it back up in every argument, kind of like a girlfriend who wants to always remind people of how she was mistreated during a relationship because she's bitter. Now she seeks an apology and wants to get things her way. Like we constantly looking for an apology or be paid for the mistreatment. The crazy ex-girlfriend refused to let go and move on just like us. There's nothing wrong with remembering the mistakes and the wrongdoing because that will prevent the same thing from happening over again. Now, when this generation of black folks bring up slavery to the white folks their age, it is as if that girlfriend's daughter bringing up the mistreatment to the ex-boyfriend's son or something. Like holding him responsible for bad things that his father did doesn't really make sense. We as black folks keep bringing up things that happened years ago as if they happened yesterday. Can you really heal up if you keep dwelling on the pain? That was a question. If anybody want to answer that in the comment section, please do. I heard an old parable that says a wound can never heal up if you keep poking at it. Well, that is what we keep doing, poking at the wound that was caused by slavery. And the fact that we hold every generation after responsible to me is crazy. Imagine someone having animosity towards you because of something your great grandparents did to them or to their great grandparents. But we as people dislike when people bring up an embarrassing thing that we did a couple months back. We would tell them to let it go, stop bringing up old shit. But what are we doing to the new generation? Bringing up what happened years ago, things that none of us even experienced. There is hate within a lot of black folks for whites. And MLK didn't do what he did for us just to have sort of a role reversal. MLK wanted us to get along because the things that we have in common are greater in number than our differences. But we're sitting here like some crazy ex-girl waiting for an apology for something that happened years ago. And we want the apology from a family member that wasn't there. If the people ain't trying to apologize, move the fuck on. And what is worse is that we always want to be around them, and when we feel like we're not welcome, we bring up all the old wrongdoing in order to be accepted. Ultimately, I would love to see everyone interacting with each other as equal, because after all, we are all humans. But maybe we need to take it one step at a time. First, just start up our own shit, be civilized, be productive, and later just mesh together and become one. Truthfully, part of me feel like we're not mentally ready to live as one. The ignorant shit I hear on the news that blacks are doing makes me think we ain't ready. We as a race stay holding another race accountable for things that happened long before we were even alive. And truth be told, who wants to apologize constantly for things they didn't participate in? If we're sitting here waiting, we'll be waiting until we turn into dust because the race we're waiting on to apologize is living their life. But we're the crazy ex-girlfriend standing there with our arms crossed, foot tapping on the floor, waiting for an apology from someone who doesn't want to apologize. We will never be happy if we refuse to live our life until there's a payment or apology from people who are just worried about living their life. Don't preachers talk that forgive and forget? Don't get me twisted. I believe in the idea of knowing the past, knowing your roots, and being able to make better decisions that will not result in repeating the past. Thanks, thank you for listening, and leave a comment if you feel, because I like hearing what other people have to say. Oh yeah, share or like if you agree with what I had to say.